Hi everyone, my name is Lara. I'm a regulated Canadian immigration consultant. I would like to talk about the new release of approval for study permits. There are several students out there that are unable to come into Canada despite having the school admission. Some have applied for the study permit already and some are yet to apply. So for those that are yet to apply and your studies is starting in the fall 2020, I would suggest you apply. It's ideally you apply before September on or before September 15, 2020. So you have just few weeks to go to put in your application. And those already put in the application and have not heard from IRCC yet, I would suggest that you follow up on your application. We do follow-ups at Culye Immigration Services where I work, so we will be able to follow up with IRCC to know what is going on with your application and give you an update. So if you're not sure of how to go about it, please contact us at Culye Immigration Services. Our contact number is +1 780 885 5830, and you can send us an email at info@culyeimmigrationservices.com. Also, you can follow us on Twitter, on Instagram, on Facebook, our handles, and on YouTube. Our handles are Culye Immigration Services, but on Twitter it is Culye_immigrate. Click the subscribe button on YouTube to follow us so you can always get updates on our videos. We always have live sessions that talks about every program in Canadian immigration, okay? But basically today we'll be talking about getting an approval in principle. Getting an approval in principle. Approval in principle are being given to those students that have applied for their study permit already, and but they are unable to provide all the necessary documentations that is needed by the officer to make a concluding decision on the application. So some students are unable to do their biometrics, some are unable to give their medical to do their medicals. So these applications will not be denied, and it also help the students will also be given a go ahead to start their studies. All right, however, you're not expected to go ahead with your studies without getting the approval in principle. So many of our clients have told us, oh, I think everybody's starting their I think I need to start my studies and all of that. We're hoping that this approval in principle will get to everybody before study starts in fall, which is in September. However, for those that have not gotten the approval, for those that have gotten the approval in principle, yes, they are ready to start their programs. But for those that have not gotten the approval in principle, please follow up to know if you'll be given before you start your studies. Studying online or distant learning has always been there even before COVID-19, and so many people prefer to study online instead of traveling. However, if your motive of studying online in Canada is in a Canadian institution is to get a study permit or get a postgraduate work permit, then you need to follow these procedures of first of all get the approval in principle, then you wait for when your application is being finally approved. Getting approval in principle does not automatically mean that you're going to get a study permit, okay? Because there are still some other things that need to be considered when it comes to eligibility and also admissibility, especially in terms of biometric, medicals, and all of those. But if your intention to study in Canada is fine, if you have already proved that you'll be going back to your home country after studying, if you are financially capable and you've been able to prove with sufficient documentation that you are capable of sponsoring your education, or you have the sponsor for your education, then you probably will get approval in principle. The length of your program is important for you to consider, because when your program is like 1 year, you're expected, even if it's more than 1 year, ideally you're expected to study more than 50% of your program. You're expected to complete more than 50% of your program within Canada. But at this time, you're allowed to complete at least 50% of your program time in Canada. So in a situation whereby you only have 1 year of study and you're hoping to have 6 months of study outside Canada, then you should be looking forward to making sure that every documentation required of you is submitted on time so you can meet up with the remaining part of the studies in Canada. We have so many people approaching us asking about, how about if I just take these online studies and use it for express entry or provincial nomination? It's fine, but ideally, before your education can qualify on express entry, then you need to, before your program can qualify on express entry, then you need to have studied in Canada for a specific number of months, which is mostly more than 50%. But at this time, for this particular consideration, 50% is the ideal. So what we're just trying to make you understand today is that wait for your approval in principle. If you haven't gotten it yet, follow up. We can help you follow up as well. And not only that, the length of your program, you should always work towards getting all the documentations in before your program hits the 50% mark. All right, and this program is basically for sessions in fall 2020. Hopefully, if is extended, then people after 2020 will be able to benefit from such a policy. But if it's not extended, then it's basically for those that are studying in 2020. And the deadline is September 15, 2020 for submission of all study permit that wants this kind of consideration. Okay, so thank you for your time. We just want to make this clear. If you want to know more about studying in Canada, we're always happy to help you out at Culye Immigration Services. Our contact number again is +1 780 885 580, and our Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube handle is Culye Immigration Services. On Twitter, we are Culye_immigrate. Please click the subscribe button below to get updates on our new videos at any point in time. Thank you. Bye for now.